What's up guys? Today on Wise Up, we're going to be talking about box squats versus squatting to a box. So many a time in the fitness world, a lot of trainers and even clients get confused between box squats and squatting to a box. Both exercises have their individual applications and should be used appropriately. So while full range of motion is king, we can always use these two tools to kind of focus on different aspects of training. All right, so we're going to dive into box squats and how to perform them. All right, this one is traditionally done to break inertia with the lift. So what that means is as you're squatting onto a box, you're deloading maybe like 50 to 60% of that weight onto the box. So you're leaning back a little bit and then you're popping right back up. What you're not doing is just tapping your ass on the box and coming up. We're trying to deload that weight and learn how to break inertia. We're trying to get rid of that stretch reflex to attack different aspects of training.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah. He must work out.
This one's going to be extremely popular for power athletes or anybody who has an athletic background. They need to go from 0 to 100 very fast and very efficiently. Muscles worked with the box squat are very similar to a normal squat. This one's a bit more geared towards the posterior chain depending on your stance. If you're taking a wider stance with a more vertical shin angle, sitting back a bit more, you're using your hips a lot more, hamstrings, glutes, a lot of the posterior chain, driving and exploding with that force. Now you can also change it up and have more of a forward knee angle to hit the quads a bit more, but you're still breaking inertia. You're not just tapping your ass on the box and coming up. All right, up second is squatting to a box. This one's going to be squatting and not breaking inertia, not deloading that weight in the box. This one's primarily used for newbies in the squat to kind of figure out what the actual depth is. Be it 90 degrees or even below parallel, you can put the box very low. We're not looking to deload the weight like I just said. We're just looking to feel what your individual depth is. If you're going to be above parallel, you might be focusing on more quads. If you're going to be underneath parallel, you're trying to get your body to being used to and being safe in that range of motion. So just because these two do have their differences doesn't mean that they don't pose positive benefits for your program. You could actually use them in conjunction with each other. I just wouldn't put them in the same workout. It could definitely be included in the same phase for a client or for an individual. For example, if that person is injured and you're kind of working them down to get back below parallel or get back to their range of motion they had pre-injury. Both of these have their own individual pros and can be applied to anyone's training. So another difference of box squatting versus squatting to a box. Box squatting would be a bit more geared towards the posterior chain, like I said, so you may have a little bit more of a wider angle setting up and sitting back a lot more. Squatting to a box, you're gonna take your normal squat stance and just tap the box and come up. You're not trying to alter it too much for the posterior chain. Even if you have a really forward knee angle with the squat, you're very quad dominant, you wouldn't alter that to squat to a box. You would just tap and come up in your regular technique. All right, so try out one or two of these exercises in your program. You don't need a barbell to do this one. You could even grab something heavy at home. I know we're still kind of stuck at home with quarantine. Grab some milk or something, practice on your couch. That's really a great tool to learn the squat. I'll see you on the next one.